Peace be unto you. I'm here to have a short interview with a client. Her name is Florence, and she's a mindset first aider. I want you to hear from how her experience has been while working with me. We worked on a book for her to get clarity. I'm going to invite Florence now to join us. Yeah, thank you for joining me, Florence. So, can you tell us more about what you do?
Okay, yeah. So I'm a stress management coach and a counselor, and I'm a mental health first aider. So basically, what I do is I help people to overcome their overwhelm, stressful life situations, and just able to get a balance between work life, family life, and whatever else might be causing them that discomfort. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. um I just help you get balance. I help you get control back on where life is being a bit funny.
So, how is the UK? How's the weather and everything?
It's okay. It's a bit cloudy, so we're not sure what's going on just yet. But other than that, it's okay. We're slowly coming out of lockdown, so
Yeah,
there is a light at the end of the tunnel. To God be the glory.
sure, sure. Okay, so this is going to be quick. So I'm going to just ask a question about how you got clarity about your book and your book that you're writing. So the first question, where were you before starting to write before you thought of writing your book? Like as regard to the book, as regards to your business.
Where was I? I was nowhere, to be quite honest. It's like I never writing a book was never in my it was never something I thought about. It was just not there. And well, when you write a vision about the next 5-10 years time, it was just not in my vision. I It's not my thing. I always felt like you have to be a particular um you have to be a particular type of person to write a book, and it was just
Mm.
not me. So when I think we went on this course together, and MBT, and Coach Rotimi was talking to us, and it got to me, and he was like, "Oh, okay, you're gonna write a book," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Write a book. I laughed. I was like, "Whatever." That's so. Where was I before? There was no existence of writing a book for me. It was just not. It
Wow.
was. I used to say it was just not in my calling.
Mm. Wow. That's compared to it's amazing actually. When you think about things and you're like, I'm not gonna be there, it's not possible. You think in years' times, right? And the thing just stay in your friend, like, oh my God, I can't do this. Okay, so next question is what was your experience like as I guide you to have clarity in your book?
Ah, right. Okay. So let me go back to when Coach Rotimi said I had to write a book, and I thought maybe he's not talking to me. Maybe he was talking to somebody else. And he goes, "No, no, you're going to write a book, and this is what you're going to call your book, and this is what you're going to do." And I'm like, ah. And it felt like each time I challenged his ideas, he always came back with something even more difficult. So I learned that really. Did you experience that with him? It's like he tells me, "Oh,
Yes,
you have to do
yes.
this." I'm like, no, no, I'm not doing it. It's like, oh, okay, so you're gonna do this and that and that and that, and I'm like, uh-huh. So this is how this guy works. So I stopped challenging his so with that, and I thought, and then luckily you was in our group as well, and I thought, oh, awesome, it's good to have somebody that actually knows what they're doing in the group. So I reached out to you, and we had this clarity um we had this call, and you said to me, you goes, oh, so I said to you, I go, oh, but you have to be a particular sort of person to write a book. You have to be creative. You need to
Yeah.
be, and secondly, I'm not really, back then anyway, I'm not really one to read. I don't really read books, so it was just not for me.
Mm.
And you said, what makes you think you're not a creative person? What makes you think you're not this type of person? And you was asking all these questions. And then when we had this conversation, it now dawned on me that actually these are just self-limiting beliefs. These are just beliefs that I've just put in my head that I can't do it because I'm not this particular person. I'm not a chatty person. I'm not, you know how storytellers, you have some people that just tell stories. They say, okay, somebody crossed the road, and someone will manifest that story into like a 20 minutes conversation. And that's not, I'm not that type of person. I just need to tell you somebody crossed the road, and that's it. Finish. End of conversation. Let's go. And you said, no, 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 no. It's okay that you're there, but whatever you have, just bring it to the table. So it was like a mindset shift that you gave to me. You made me realize that it's not that difficult, Florence. You actually have it in you, and you just need to put it down on paper and pen. And another thing you made me realize was after our session, and I went back to myself and I thought, how can I write a book if I'm not reading a book? If I'm not reading, how can I write? So I now went back. I do read, but just not, it wasn't just something I took a fancy to. So I now set myself at the beginning of the year to start reading every night. My children love reading, and it's so amazing to see them reading. And I thought, you know what, perhaps I could learn something from them as well. Before they go to bed, they're always reading. So we set an alarm and we all read together as a family. And we've been doing that consistently from the beginning of the year. And that all sparked from our conversations and me having to, think that, okay, if you want to write a book, surely you need to expand your mind as well. You need to, you said to me, you go, what sort of books do you like? Do you remember you asked that conversation? You asked that, what sort of books do you like reading? I was like, oh, well, I've read this and I've read that. And he was like, anything more? I was like, no, really, I don't really read. So that actually prompted me to go back to, reading and reading different styles of books as well. And it's been incredible. I love it.
Yeah, amazing. I love that. Is when you think you're in your head, as you say, like you're like, I can't do that. But when you are out of it, like you come out of it and just look at the possibilities that these things are doable, right? Until you have that mindset shift, as you mentioned, you keep thinking that I can't do this. I'm not creative. When you say you're not creative, I was like, oh my God, like. And someone has told me that, I don't know if you're the one, that they are not good at telling stories. So how would they be good at writing, all those sort of stories? And the thing is, thank God that like I was able to put that out of your mind, like you can do this. What are the specific results you saw as you got clarity? I know by the time we had our main session to do the planning proper, where we looked at your title, then we looked at the chapters, what we're going to be under, and the deadlines. So what were your specific results from that conversation?
Okay, so do you know the idea of writing a book, or the idea of doing anything in general is always daunting, especially when it's an area you're not particularly confident in. So it's always a daunting step anyway. So I remember you said when we had the session, we drew the plan, and I said you asked me, what is your book about? What do you want to write about? And it's like, do you know when you have so much ideas in your head and it's just all clouded and it's just there and you're not even sure whether to go left, right, or center. You're not sure what direction to go. So what our session did was the fact that I spoke it out, and I said to you, okay, this is what I'm thinking. This is what coach said, the title of the book is, and this is what I'm thinking, and this and that. It's like, oh, okay. So we now together, you was able to now structure a plan. And what that plan did for me was it was able to put things into perspective. It simplified everything for me. So it wasn't such a daunting task anymore. It was now like, right, okay. They were now in bite size, little bite size, and that just made it easier, and it made it more enjoyable as well, because by the time we'd structured them with the titles, they were very interesting topics, and I found myself going back and researching things, and it's been a fun experience. It's gone from an overwhelming experience to a fun experience.
Yeah, I remember clearly that you were so excited, like, oh, I can do this, after you got clarity on what you write about, what the chapters need to hold. You just need that clarity. That's just it. is it's just that client. So the final question is now, what would you say to someone who is considering writing a book that was in the same position you were in? What would you say to the person?
Get you a book coach. Get you somebody that will hold your hands and walk you that journey. You know, for me, the fact that I thought I didn't have the ability to write it on my own, and if I didn't have somebody like you to guide me through it, I probably would still be living with that thought of I don't have what it takes to write a book. It's not for me. Another thing I thought about was, or maybe people just get someone else to write it for them. They have the idea and they get someone else to do the writing. I think I threw that to you as well, didn't I? I said, maybe I should just get somebody to do the writing. And I just said, no, you're going to do it yourself. But get you somebody to hold you accountable, get you somebody to help you through that journey. And it breaks the barriers down. It makes it easier to see. It makes it, it just makes everything simplified, easier and clearer, to be quite honest. And that's what we need. You need someone to help you see beyond what you're seeing.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, amazing. Thank you so much, Florence, for coming on today. And okay, I said that was the last question, but let me ask this last question. So where are you now? Are you almost done with your book? I know that we fixed dates for each chapter to be completed and an overall date for the first draft to come. So where are you now?
Okay, I'm not far, but I'm still far, if that makes sense. I'm doing what I did was I took a long break from it, and I just needed to take that break. There was a lot going on at home, so I had to take a step back, and I went back into it I think a couple of weeks ago, and so I am still quite on the right track. I'm still going with it. I'm writing. I'm enjoying the process. I'm researching more as I go. My eyes are being opened. The more I read, the more I see things, and I'm still on it.
Amazing. I love that you took that step to get the clarity, and you're not like, I can't do it, so I'm not doing it. So you're amazing. You did fine. I know your book is going to be awesome, because I know almost every working woman will read that book, and it's going to be. I will need it. So please be fast so that we can get it done with and get it into the hands of your readers. Thank you so much for joining me, Florence.
My pleasure.
If you have any questions, ask in the comment section so that we get right to it. So thank you so much. Have a lovely, lovely day, Florence.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Raheemah. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.